Hey, it's Mike Stephan. I'm here to share another one of those improvements that we made to the KAGE system over the years. And this one pertains to blade itself. Well, it kind of enhances the whole product itself, but it was a revision that we made to the blade, and more specifically the cam lock brackets on the blade. We used to use this is what we call the cam lock bracket part. See, this is the hook for the snow cage, and this is really the critical link between the two. This is what allows the operator to, tilt and pick up the cage system, and then, as he rocks forward, rocks down into the plowing position at about 45 degrees, it becomes engaged with that hook, so it can't detach. The reason we call it the cam lock is because it cams in, and at a certain point, it kind of just leverages right into the hook. But originally, we were using 3/8 bolts here. 3/8 grade 5 bolts, and as you can see, these bolts here are 1/2 inch flange bolts with a nylock nut on the back side here. So there's 6 of them. There always was 6, but 3/8 just wasn't cutting it. This was kind of viewed as a fusible link. So if you were to smack something, the box were to hit real hard and drive force right back into the plow here on the hooks, well, these were supposed to break. Shear the bolts off. You could always just put the bolts back in and you'd be back in service. However, just through no more use and plowing, and we determined that you're going to be able to put a lot of force on this before you're actually going to cause damage to the plow or the other pieces of equipment behind here, the attachment plate or the machine itself. So by upgrading these to 1/2 inch bolts, and not having them shear so easily, creating a lot of unnecessary looseness and just shearing of those bolts, we eliminated a lot of the frustration and hassle that operators were seeing because of that. Some of the guys even would weld these right onto the plow. So now with the 1/2 inch bolts, we haven't had that problem. They don't get loose, they don't get egged out, they don't shear. Unless they really have to, right? So just one of those little tweaks or improvements that we wanted to tell you guys about.